everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Whoa, now, Wardy, what's going on? What's going on, people? Make sure y'all like the video when y'all come in. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because we trying to get to 100K, girl, and we is this close. Okay, listen, hold on. Let me make sure you gotta be a subscriber to even comment on this live, because that's really how I be getting y'all, okay? Because y'all just be being lazy, not subscribing just because. Now let me tell y'all, we here for weekends on own. So we're gonna do Ready to Love and put a ring on it, and then I'm gonna hang up the phone, girl. I'm gonna hang up. And then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna do Escape, SWV, and such things. Okay? Because okay, I'm sorry. I hadn't warmed up or anything, okay? Where is the green Starbucks cup? What do you mean? What do you mean? This? Child, listen, y'all know anything with a mermaid on it. That's something that me and Starbucks have in common, girl. Okay? We both love anything with a mermaid on it. Under the sea. Stupid ass. Okay. Summer, so hey girl. I really need your energy today, B. Thank you for just making me smile, making me think and feel good about myself. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I hope y'all feeling good today. Oh yes. Oh yes. I'm hoping to hit it by my birthday, girl. Is what I'm really hoping for. We'll see. We'll see. My birthday is in May, but it's at the end of May. So fingers crossed, 100K by my 35th. That would be amazing balls. Amazing balls. Okay, listen. Make sure y'all are subscribed. Make sure you are a member. Okay. We did a watch along of the Love and Marriage Huntsville extended trailer yesterday. So if you are a member, I sent it to everybody. So make sure that you check the community pages, emails, and such things where you get your notifications if you are a member of the website, Patreon, or YouTube. Make sure you check the respective areas. Check the forum if you're a website member. Check the community pages if you are a YouTube member, and check your email if you're a Patreon member. Okay. But we was in there, girl, and we watched it, and we had a whole conversation. I'm excited about Love and Marriage Huntsville coming back. I know y'all aren't, but I am. Girl, I'm not even gonna lie, okay? I'm not even gonna lie. All right, listen, being subscribed on the website is great. Being a paid member on the website is great, but you should still be like a subscriber here. Everybody, being a subscriber here is free. So be a subscriber here, okay? Because I want my plaque. I've been doing this for a really long time. I really like my plaque. Like, I know these little things mean something to me. Okay, so listen. Am I going to review Monique's Netflix special? It comes out today. Oh, it came out today? It did come out on the 4th. Okay, I'm going to have to watch it. I'm going to have to watch it, and I'm going to tell y'all how I feel, okay? I'm going to do a little cute, small video. I see Carlos didn't include any of the crazy YouTube fans. Think they feel slighted. I don't know. Child, I don't know. I didn't watch it. So I don't know. But I'm excited for the show to come back because I know there's mess. And we're going to talk about it over here. Okay. So hold up, girl. Let me get this graphic for Ready to Love. Ready to hunch. Yeah. Is that it? No, that's not it. Where is the Ready to Hunch? There it is. Ready, oh ready, oh ready to hunch. Because that's all they really trying to do. That's all they really trying to do over there at Ready to Love. I want y'all to know that. He don't have to include fan. He really don't. He really don't. No, but it was a fan special, y'all. So like you did a fan special and you ain't invite none of the crazy fans who on the internet making the world go round on the show. I don't know. But you know what? That's a different conversation for another time. We ain't even got to really get into that. Because I feel like that's low-key being messy. And I really am not trying to be messy. Okay? Because I don't care that much. At the end of the day, y'all know what I'm going to do. Whatever I won't do. So I'm going to talk about it. So, you know, it is what it is. But let's go ahead and get into Ready to Love, y'all, because the women meet the men's family members this episode. And Cynthia meets Anthony's brother, who questions her about her baby daddy. Y'all, it was a lot of questions about this baby daddy. Like, they real nervous about this baby daddy and his aggressive attitude. And I would be too. I would be too. Just like I would be worried if you had an old aggressive, ignorant ass baby mama. Like, I would feel a way as well. Okay. But I also, on some level, feel like I hope that he wasn't just doing that because he wants her. And he wants to try to ruin her chances of having a relationship. I hope that's not what it was. I hope it was coming from a protective place, because I do feel like in the absence of fathers and such things, you know, men should, care about the women in their lives and not want them to be with men who don't mean them well. You know what I'm saying? Even if you and your baby mama not together anymore, it should be important to you for her to be safe, and for her to be mentally and emotionally stable so that she can be a stable parent for your child. Like, I know a lot of y'all don't care about shit like that, but that should be important to someone who has to co-parent with a child. Egg video quality is so good. Yeah, because it's on my phone. For some reason, YouTube and all of that, like, it acts different. The quality isn't good right now on YouTube. Y'all tell me. Check in. Let me know. Um, but yes. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, what happened? That's all they want to do is hunch. You be having my husband singing ready to fucking. Oh my God. Okay, I hope Cynthia's baby daddy was just playing it up for the cameras. I hope so too, because he was giving. We worried about what she went through when she was in a relationship with you, sir. Okay, we're wondering. We're worried. Okay, we're worried. You know what? You know what I am gonna start doing? I should start doing that paid subscription service shit on Instagram. That's what I should do. Great quality here too. Okay, thank you, Robin. I wanted to make sure before I pressed on. All right. So yes, Cynthia expressed that, it's not an issue. She says that she handles him. He is handled. Okay. He also asked about how she will handle Anthony's work schedule and, what if he's working late with a client. And I hate these questions because even though I feel like it is valid, you do want to know if a woman can control her emotions and not act out of character based on, what's going on in her mind and not necessarily what the facts of the situation are, which is why I love to handle shit like Claire Huxtable in my mind. Like, when it comes to certain things, like, I feel like I've gotten to the age where I am not breaking my own shit because you're out here doing what, like, that's not even the arrangement. Like, so I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't going to be doing that. I'm not doing all of this crazy shit at my big age. Like, I want to Claire Huxtable the situation. Now, I have gotten out of character. I blame the alcohol. Okay, but if there's no alcohol involved, if I am not inebriated, I'm usually very in control of my emotions. Like, so I just, I don't think there's an issue when men want to make sure that women aren't going to be spazzing out for no reason. But at the same time, I also feel like the line of questioning also puts a woman in a position automatically to assume that if you're doing something that makes her feel uncomfortable, she should second guess her feelings versus, I guess, believing, everything you say. Like, I don't know. Like, she should second guess her feelings instead of, I guess, inquiring or looking into what's making her feel a way. And that's a problem to me because I feel like a lot of times in relationships, men play a game with women where they big you up for not being a drag. Like, and I felt this when I was growing up. When I was, like, as a teenager, I was a tomboy in some respect. Not really, but I told y'all, my best friend was a guy. My cousins were mostly guys. Like, even though I had my girlfriends and stuff like that, I still, for the most part, had a lot of, like, men and boys around me. So I was more so cool with men. And so, y'all, what is going on? I'm sorry, y'all, here to have a good time, and I need to chat and read anything. Facts. I'm sorry, I don't know what's going on. I know you said you needed the good energy, but I didn't see you said anything bad, and everybody like prayer hands, and I'm like, oh my God, is something wrong? Like, um, But yes, you have to release your emotions. You have to like handle it, but you also have to handle it in a way that it's not going to put a man's job in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to handle it in a way that doesn't make you look like a fucking fool. You know what I'm saying? So that line of questioning makes sense, but on the other hand, it sets a woman up to like second guess herself when men really be doing shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like they'll set it up to where you have to act like you're not a problematic woman. And that's what I was saying about growing up being around dudes and boys, is that you start to not want to be someone who causes a problem. At least for me. For me, growing up around men, growing up around boys, it was something about it that made it feel like I don't want to be a nag. I'm the cool girl. You know what I'm saying? I'm the cool girl. Like, that's what you start to like have as a, you know, a model in your mind of what you want. You know what I'm saying? Or what you want to be. And that's all to make shit easier for a man to do whatever he wants to do. When really, I feel like men should really be held to task. Like, it should be hard for y'all. Like, I know y'all don't like to hear that, but it should be hard for y'all to like gain loyalty from a woman in relationships. It should be hard for y'all to get sex from a woman. It should be hard. It shouldn't be easy for you. I'm sorry. Women should always make it difficult. They should always, and I'm not saying always make it difficult, but like there should be boundaries and expectations in place. You should have to climb a hill, nigga. Yes. Now, at some point, you gonna get to the top of that hill, but you should have to climb a hill. It should be worth it, but you should have to climb a hill. I'm sorry. Because when y'all don't have all of these boundaries and expectations in place, when women don't have all of these things that they need done before they can really like allow themselves to be with someone, when they don't have all of that, y'all really be out here running amok in the palace. Shout out to Mama D. Y'all be running amok. You know what I'm saying? And there's this like mindset on a lot of these shows, especially with Ready to Love, that women have to be always forgiving and this endless well of fucking grace and patience for men. Like, the women on the show have to damn near be perfect in order to be able to get any of these niggas. Some of these niggas who don't even live on their own, some of them that, you know, you gotta worry about, child, what could happen in the relationships because they don't. Child, Tony. Tony, girl, y'all be giving it to Tony too easy. Because Tony think he is the bee's knees, and it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. Like, and I feel like Morgan thinks that she's being difficult, like, in that way, but she's really not. Like, you're really not being difficult. You may be giving him pushback, but he like that shit. That's foreplay. Like, there are some niggas that like that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Tony likes that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? It's like there's a part of this where it's like some of you niggas like that aggressive attitude from women, just like women like that aggressive attitude from men. There are some men out there that really like to see women do all of that extra shit. And then there are other times when y'all set women up to act as if nothing is wrong so that they don't bother you and they're not a nag. That's me. Act like nothing's wrong so that I don't bother you. That's me. So that's why I understand to some degree when men start to set out certain things is because they're trying to begin the training. That's why when I tell y'all like you need to train men, it's because men train women too. Like, mentally and emotionally, absolutely train you to do the things that they want you to do, down to acting like they can't do something properly so you will do it. Like, it's a whole bunch of mind games that men play and then act like they don't do it. And it's crazy to me. And then there's this like community-wide understanding that, yeah, we're playing this game and we're gaming them, but we all have to act like we have no idea what anybody's talking about. And then you have to get other women to go along with the shit, because if not, then it's going to be men versus women, and then all the women are going to see that it's a game. But you have to get some of these women involved in this shit. They have to fight on your behalf. That's where all of that pimp talk and shit comes into play, because you have got to break some of these women down in a community so that the women will go along with the bullshit, so that they will fight on behalf of the men to go along with the bullshit. When I said I got you in here, when I keep telling y'all that's a real thing, and that's what I feel like be happening a lot of times in these conversations. The training, the bullying, the emotional and mental buck breaking of the women when they meet the family and the community members and shit like that. And like I said, I didn't like the way Anthony's brother questioned Cynthia, specifically in the exclusive clip online where he asked her if she cleans up. And I am always like so annoyed by questions like that. Um, she told him, by the way, that the way she would handle him working late is to just show up naked. That's what they want to hear. You're going to show up and bust it wide open. They love that. Mattress. Okay? And then she said she does clean. Maid. But also, the reason why she shouldn't have to be a maid is because she has two bachelor's degrees, two bachelor's degrees, two graduate master's degrees, and two businesses. She shouldn't have to clean up. Their home should be taken care of by someone they're paying to take care of it. I cannot stand when men like impose. Yeah, I know you do all of this work shit, and I know you bring money into the household, so I don't have to feel the pressure that if I don't have a job, all of this shit's gonna crumble, because men really act like that's not valuable to them. But a lot of them were beating women and doing the fucking most back in the day, and so angry because they felt the weight of the world on their shoulders, having to be solely financially responsible for households, which is why so many of them left y'all when they went to the store to get cigarettes and shit. There are so many black men that opted out of family life because it was so, not just black men, men period, because white men do this shit too. It's so hard to think about the fact and to have the everyday weight that the entire family, the children, the woman, everybody is financially dependent upon you. And because black women's lot in life is to be the fucking rib, so y'all say, when black women, and also out of not wanting to be slaves to y'all anymore, decide that we would rather just fucking work. We don't even want to deal with this. If we're going to be with y'all, we would rather have our own, so that we'll be okay if y'all don't want to be with us. And we not like not like Miss Gloria over there pissed off with her daughters for the rest of their damn life because she had to take care of them after the daddy left, and they struggled and shit because everybody told her all she needed to do was be a mule, mattress, and a maid. And she thought that was going to work, and it didn't work. And he left her, and then she was out there trying to fend for herself and them kids, and they were struggling. We don't want to be like them, so we go work. We make sure we got our own. Then y'all tell us that that's bad too. But you motherfuckers ain't making enough money for y'all to be taking care of one household without all of that stress. It's a lot of confusing shit going on in society right now as far as what y'all be talking about. So when Cynthia says that she does all of these things and this man still wants to know if she cleans up, I get aggravated. That shit triggers me. You know why it triggers me? Because everybody in my house cleaned up. Everybody, you would have thought my pa was in the military the way he was clean. And I mean clean to the point that everything, like OCD, everything needs to be lined up a certain way. He would hate my fucking house right now. If he saw this shit, he would be like so aggravated with me. But guess what? I spent too much time being like freaked out on over the smallest little thing that now I just be like, bitch, if it's gonna lay there for a little while, it'll be okay. It ain't bothering nobody. Who else is in here? Who else is in here to be bothered? Nobody. Okay, then that's where it's going to be at until I feel like getting to it. Okay? Until I feel like getting to it. Because I'm grown now. Okay? But at the end of the day, everybody in my house was clean. So the idea that women are the only ones that's supposed to be doing these things on top of the new age of her working and having all of these things y'all don't care about but that make y'all lives easier, girl, I get tired. I get triggered. Okay? Oh yeah, she's still confused. Cynthia still don't know if she want Anthony or she want Andre. She still don't know. I think she just likes having her options, and I'm not mad at her. It's something about Cynthia. Cynthia do something for me. I'm not gonna lie. Cynthia's energy is just real intense. And it's something about it that make me feel like, if you into her and she into you and she said her intentions on you, that shit gotta feel nice. Cause she's very like intentional. I like the way she talk to people. Like, I'ma just, go ahead and tell y'all. Like, I feel like Cynthia is an instant, panty dropper. Like, for the men. She's a boxer dropper. Okay. I don't even like how that sounds. But anyway, so there's a part of her I feel like that does like the feeling of being wanted, by both of them in such a way. And so I don't know if she will make a choice, but I think Anthony is a better choice for her. I'll say that. Tony's sister doesn't like Morgan wanting therapy for them. And I was just like, here we go again. Oh, thank you for the super sticker, Summer Soul. I hope you feeling better. I hope as we go along in these 2 lives, you will feel better, my love. I'm sending you all the positive energy I have. Okay. Cynthia looks like she be high. Maybe that's why I like her. Mm. Yes, Lord. Maybe that's why I like her, because she be looking high. I didn't notice it, but I do feel like they often are drinking during these dates and these scenes. So I just assume everybody is, tipsy. Cynthia is giving BDE and I'm here. Yes, she absolutely gives big dick energy. I love it. Okay, so anyway, listen, Tony's sister. This was so problematic for me. For Tony to bring a sister that is upset that she did not like that Morgan wanted them to go to therapy. And she was like, I don't like that. I've never heard of a couple doing that. And I'm just kind of like, so because you've never heard of it, you don't think it would be beneficial for your fuckboy brother? You don't think it would be beneficial for your fuckboy brother that probably grew up being a lame nigga? Like, I'ma just keep it a buck with y'all. Somewhere along the way, Tony got some muscles and some money, and now he is trying to, get back all of the times that he felt that he wasn't that guy. He wasn't the playboy when he was younger. You could tell. You could tell that he probably was like a kid that maybe got picked on a lot, or the girls didn't really like him all of that much. Whatever the energy is, the way his sister was mad about that, I was like, yeah, this started in your household. You were coddled. And she has some weird fucking relationship with you based on the fact that you are a womanizer, and she's sitting here acting like you going to therapy is a bad thing. Something's wrong in the household. Something's wrong in the household. And honestly, I would think it was editing, because something's wrong with Morgan too. Because Morgan, it is so fucking obvious that Tony is a liar, a lame, and toxic. And yet here you are, fully trying to go in balls to the wall and be in a real relationship with this man. You want to be in a relationship with this man who you know you can't trust, who is a liar, who will say anything in front of other men in order to look like he is a player, which is so fucking lame and so 1997. I don't even know what to do with it. Like, I'm just looking at the situation, kind of like, girl, why do you want to be with him? Oh, because you're toxic too. You like the push and pull. I think this is what you get off on. I think on some level, hey, Anthony Love, congratulations on your interview. On some level, I feel like he likes the crazy bitches because he liked that energy. And she liked the crazy dudes that's going to be out there in the street doing whatever because she want to have that back and forth. It absolutely feels like that. Morgan is easily satiated by compliments and aggression, which she sees are leader qualities. Tony feeds off of Morgan's self-esteem issues because it makes him not have to address his self-esteem. Exactly. Because you can tell his self-esteem is low, which is why he does all of this pump faking. I keep telling y'all, any of these men out here coloring their hair, you need to check up under the lid because something ain't working. Tony's sister was mad. Tony's sister told him he not ready to love child. And that's why I'm like, so why are you saying he don't need therapy? Make it make sense. Tony needs individual therapy, not couples therapy. Child, he need therapy, period. He need any type of therapy he can get. But I also don't believe that they should be together. I don't think Morgan and Tony should be together. I think both of them need to be back in therapy, dealing with the toxicity that they seem to like to revel and roll around in and act like that's not what it is. Yes, it is. Both of y'all are toxic. Anyway, Andre's sister. Andre's sister was another one that I didn't like. I was like, not you showing up manless with your daughter and then judging Jeffrey and Cynthia for having children in their 30s. Yes, Jeffrey is a special case. I do feel like Jeffrey is coming to the table with all of the womanhood and all of the big pussy energy that you niggas love. It's a fat ass, a soft voice, and big pussy energy. And I feel like the niggas eat it up and they gobble it up for the most part. Andre loves it, okay? They have a lot of physical chemistry. I get it. It's great, okay? But ultimately, I feel like, yeah, Jeffrey ain't, yeah, something is missing there as well. Okay, I'm not trying to judge the lady, but something is missing there with Jeffrey as well. There's a missing part to the story. Okay, I also feel like she's another one that uses a lot of manipulation tools, and I don't like that. You know, like the wearing of tights in tucking sweaters inside of tights, and then showing up to see the sister with your church dress on, you know? And the sister really bothered me because I was just kind of like, ma'am, I feel like you think nobody's going to be good enough for your weird ass brother when essentially you should be happy that anybody wants your weird ass brother because he's insecure. Andre's insecure about his looks. Yeah, I really want all of you like dark-skinned black men to really like go look in the mirror and say y'all love yourselves. I really want y'all to do that because it's so many dark-skinned black men on these reality shows that show automatically that they feel they're ugly and they want to see if a woman is going to be attracted to them because they know they're ugly. And then they start to move in a relationship that shows you that the security they do show comes from shit that's not really inside of them. It's not really innate to who they are. And honestly, I think what a lot of women are attracted to and they just don't recognize it is fucking confidence, real confidence. And sometimes the reason why street niggas come off like they have real confidence is because the things they have confidence in are things they've really done. Okay, so if I have confidence in the fact that I could get out here and, you know, bang bang, shoot them up, sell drugs, make money, and I'm doing that, then that's what my confidence is. I'm doing what I'm confident in, so my confidence is coming from a real place. Okay, I'm just saying, like, that's the vibe you have to have in that type of environment. You can't be fake about it. You have to be real about it because you get caught up in situations where it's life or death. So you can't pump fake in a situation where you could live or die. That's why niggas that pump fake in that world usually die quickly. I'm just saying. Or the ones that's too wild, they die quickly as well because they're not paying attention to, you know, who's looking at them. And that's just a whole nother situation. But I'm just saying, people are attracted. I'm going off on a tangent, but y'all hear me. People are attracted to confidence. And when you lead with letting us know that you're not even confident in your looks, and I've heard this like on multiple TV shows with the dark complected black men. Like, I really want y'all to stop feeling this way about yourselves. Like, some of y'all are facially challenged. Absolutely. But guess what? Women don't need you to be we don't need you to be pretty. Women really do not need men to be pretty. I want y'all to listen to this. We need for y'all to have good grooming, a good personality, and if you can, give us a nice body. If you can. It's not even always necessary. Women swear up and down they like fat niggas. They be lying to y'all, but they swear up and down that they love it. Okay? And that's no disrespect, but it's because women are conditioned to make men feel comfortable. And so if y'all being, you know, breathing all hard, can barely walk to the bed to fuck somebody, but you know, y'all have all of these criteria for how women should look. Girl, listen, I'm going off into something I saw last night and I'm gonna leave it alone. I was watching Candy Coated Nights or whatever the fuck they doing over there on AMP. I need to get on AMP. But I was watching it, girl, and a part of me was just like, you know, it's always, you know, you can barely breathe ass niggas that got all of this criteria for what women should look like. And it's like, thank God for money, right? Thank God for money. But yeah, no, women essentially, they care about money. So if you have a job, you can take care of yourself. That's an attractive quality that will make us not care about your looks. Take care of yourself, have good grooming habits. That's something that'll make us not care too much about your looks. Treat us nicely, but be charismatic. Like, you know, have a little push and pull. Have a personality. Be able to have a conversation, okay? And also work on making your dick jump. Like you need to be able to, scrub the top, okay? So if you can do any of these other things, your face won't even matter that much. And the main thing we need y'all to do if you ugly, and I don't even feel like you can call somebody ugly because ugly is in the eye of the beholder. But the one thing all I feel like black men need to go and do is get your fucking teeth fixed. And I don't mean go and get them big ass goofy looking veneers that y'all like to go and get plies in them. Okay? No. I mean go to the dentist. Care about your oral hygiene. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm on YouTube. Do you mean the on YouTube? What do you mean? I don't know. I don't know what you mean. Anyway, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm also on Instagram. All right, I'm about to get off Instagram because I don't need to be looking in two spaces at one time. Instagram, come to YouTube. Okay. Sorry, y'all. So yeah. I went on a tangent, but I know that Andre is somebody that feels bad about himself. And yes, I was thinking about Love is Blind because I was thinking about Kwame. I just started watching it, and I feel like Kwame is one of those dudes. Like the first thing that comes out of their mouth is, how they feel about being a dark complected black man, and having large features or whatever. And I hate it for y'all because women essentially do not care about that. Have nice teeth, good dicking, and a decent personality, and be able to take care of yourself financially. Nobody gives a fuck. Do you hear me? Nobody gives a fuck. But the thing about it is, y'all don't want to have to have all of those other things all the time, and you want to be able to just get around on your looks. And I'm sorry, but all of y'all don't have that. So you need to do all of these other things, okay? Get your oral health together. You know what I'm saying? Make sure your teeth are clean, white. You know what I'm saying? Brush them, okay? Try to get it straightened if you need to. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta take care of yourself out here. And a lot of y'all don't take care of yourselves unless y'all, a mama's boy or y'all got a woman. And child, it's dark out here. So Andre's sister asking all of those questions, I was just like, girl, your brother don't even have confidence like that. Can you calm down, sit back? But she questions Jeffrey and Cynthia on what they bring to the table. And y'all know I can't stand those conversations. She specifically asked what they bring to the table, considering the fact that, they have kids. And I was just like, girl, go to hell. Girl, go to hell. Please go to hell. Because at the end of the day, Cynthia is 37 years old. Your brother is in his mid-30s, girl. Like, what did you think? What did you think? You thought he was going to be able to find a whole bunch of women his age, single with no children? Like, yes, Jeffrey is a red flag because Jeffrey does not have any other fathers present for her children. But at the same time, so the fuck what? Like, your brother is a grown-ass man. You should ask him why he wants to date a single mother instead of asking her what she brings to the table. Pussy, bitch. That's what I bring to the table. And for everybody that's acting like, oh, you need to have more than that. Duh. Duh, okay? But don't y'all feel like, I feel like Jeffrey gonna bring y'all all the domestication that y'all want out of a Cocker Spaniel and a Maid. Like, she's gonna give y'all all of that domesticated woman shit. That Andre's 39. Andre's almost 40 years old, and you really out here mad because this man is dating a woman that has kids? Go to hell. I'm really tired of y'all being mad at people with vaginas for using them. Now, yeah, I do have questions about why there are so many of y'all that have children y'all can't take care of. I do wonder why to this day y'all don't stop having children when you realize you can't take care of one adequately. I do not know, girl. Back in my day, it's usually because you was on crack or heroin or something. But that was in the 90s. I don't know what the reason is now for people to continue to have children that they can't take care of besides, mental illness. But y'all don't be wanting to get into that because y'all don't believe that shit real neither. Girl, y'all are exhausting me in the black community. Anyway, everything that's an answer for a problem, y'all act like that's not a real answer so that you can just be circling around in y'all trauma and toxicity and mental illness. Child, I'm tired. I'm tired from it all, okay? But Cynthia lets everybody know once again, 2 masters, 2 bachelors, 2 businesses. My children are straight, okay? And Jeffrey basically says, bitch, ask your brother why he want me. The fuck? And honestly, I liked her response. Because I do question what Jeffrey brings, to a relationship of validity, and that's simply because of the way her past relationships have worked out. I want to understand why it is that you have been in long-term relationships with people who are no longer involved in their children's lives. Why do you think and I need to understand, why do you think that it was smart for you to gift a man with a baby? Even that wording is problematic to me. So those things alone make me question who you are in relationships. Are you a real person? And also, I feel like you use a lot of feminine manipulation tools. The pussy. And I feel like if a man at 39 years old can be manipulated into taking care of 3 children and marrying a woman simply because she got good pussy, I am not going to get in her way. I am not going to get in her way. I'm not. Because when y'all want more from women, y'all will stop telling them that y'all don't care about their degrees and their jobs and shit like y'all do. Y'all really get up here on public platforms and tell women that you don't care about any of the things that they bring to the table intellectually, financially. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't care about the emotional shit. You don't care about any of those things. Those things are important. So what you're telling me is the only thing that's really important is that I'm a domesticated warm hole. And then when a woman comes to the table telling you I'm a domesticated warm hole, everybody's mad about it. Why are you mad about it? I don't understand. This is what society wants from the women, right? Be a domesticated warm hole. And then you get one, and then y'all want to judge her for it. It's very weird to me. It's very, very weird to me. Let's move on, girl. Morgan questions Tony. Girl, Tony been fucking with Natasha, the girl who went home on the first day. She's in this picture, she's right above Uncle Tommy. Nephew Tommy, child. Nephew Tommy is Uncle Tommy at this point. Tommy Miles, child. Tommy. The other Tommy gone, rest in peace. So this is just Tommy now, girl. The lady that's above Tommy, that's Natasha. Apparently, the way Tony told the story, which felt like a lie to me, Tony said that she shot her number over to him. You're lying. You asked her for her number. Stop lying. Okay? That's another thing I don't like that Tony does. Tony is insecure, I think, as a man. So when he gets in front of other men, he thinks he can use his sexual prowess as a way to gain respect from other men. And I'm sure that makes him feel good, but it's just kind of lame because we're all like adults and everybody should be fucking. Like once we're in our 30s and our 40s, for the most part, everybody should be fucking. Married, single, indifferent. You can have your moments of celibacy, all of that great shit, all of that. But in normal society, most people at a certain age are engaging in sex. So the idea that that's still something that you use to make you feel better in social settings is lame, once again, okay? But Tony lies during his interactions. So when he said that Natasha threw her number to him, I said, you're lying, you asked her, okay? But I also didn't like the way Morgan called her low-hanging fruit. Let me tell you something, ma'am. If she's low-hanging fruit, so are you. Talking about, I have to wonder, do you care about where you put your penis? Girl, the fact that you want to be with a man that you have to have these conversations with already, how do you feel about yourself? Where's your confidence? What type of wormhole are you? I know Tasha said they were dating the whole time. I know. And I know he was dating her the whole time. And that's why I'm looking at Morgan like, but you still sitting up here trying to work it out with him, trying to act like you want to be with him. Why? Why? Tell us why. Because something wrong. Because something is wrong. Like, as a woman, it is not the issue that the other woman is a problem. So the way she started degrading that woman simply because he wants her, I ain't like that shit. And I felt like that was a show of your character as a woman, that you felt the need to devalue that woman simply because he also wanted to fuck her. And to me, I feel like that doesn't devalue her. That devalues him. And you fucking with him devalues you. So who's degrading who around here exactly? And the fact that we're like all almost 40 something years old and we're still having these very like teenager ass mindsets about relationships is just very, very sad. It's just very, very sad. And I know Morgan came out and apologized. I'm going to pull it up. Hold up, y'all. Because Morgan wrote a whole paragraph and I need to pull it up on the computer so I can see it. Making my way downtown, walking fast, faces past as I'm homebound. Yes, 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 yes. And I need you, and I miss you, and how I wonder. Okay, y'all like the video? Did y'all like the video? If I could fall into the sky. Come on, come on. You think time will pass me by? Oh, 'cause you know I walk 1,000 miles if I could just see you tonight. I'm waiting on y'all to like the video. That's all. All right, but this is what Morgan said. The way I spoke about another woman on national TV was uncalled for, distasteful, and unacceptable. And quite frankly, I'm ashamed. I allowed this show, this process, people, my emotions, all these factors to get in the way of the person I know myself to be. I don't know who that woman on your TV screen was on Friday, but I assure you that wasn't me. Yes, it was. Natasha, I can only imagine what my harsh words may have done to you for that. I am truly sorry. You didn't deserve that from me. In due time, you'll discover that I have paid my karma in full and that I'm taking the necessary steps to ensure this will never happen again. God, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I know I look nothing like the woman of God you've called me to be. I promise to get back in my closet and try again. Natasha, I'm truly sorry for the hurt and the pain that I've caused you. I pray that one day you can find it in your heart to forgive me. Okay, so Morgan, I'm going to give you... Okay, shout out to Kamisha Reviews for reposting this. But Morgan, I'm going to give you the credit for the apology. I am. And I'm also going to believe that this man played in your face and you felt played at some point. So how you treated Natasha basically came back to you. So I'm going to guess that you did, feel that, you're being genuine in this moment about what you're saying to her. I do feel that way. But this is why I tell y'all that people really need therapy on a weekly basis sometimes. Because going back into your prayer closet, girl, you need to go talk to somebody about your attachment style. Okay? You need to go talk to somebody about whatever the fuck happened to you. And you need to talk to them often. Okay? You need to go back and forth. You need to have somebody to ground you and center you in your thoughts. Because I feel like the moment when you decided that you wanted to handle that situation with Natasha the way you did was the moment you should have called your therapist. You should have had your therapist in the text box. Okay, so I'm feeling like disrespecting the fuck out this lady on TV today because this nigga playing in my face. And she would have told you, so is it the woman's? Like, she would have had a conversation with you. I really do want y'all, whenever y'all feel like y'all about to go do some ignorant shit, I want y'all to go talk to y'all therapist. Like, I listen, please do it because y'all need help. If this is the type of shit y'all on, y'all need help. Girl, you need more than your prayer closet. And that's just what it is. So we gonna pray that Morgan gets the help that she needs. And Tony, even though we appreciate you for drawing attention to the fact that she was degrading Natasha, you also degraded Natasha by playing her like you did on this fucking show. So at the end of the day, sir, I don't even know why any woman is giving you vagina, but we live in a patriarchal society where there are male identified and centered women who will find you attractive even though you are a blaring red flag of insecurity that will treat them like shit simply to make himself feel better because, once again, he's an insecure little boy that feels lame on the inside even though he looks all shiny and Beijinged on the outside. And that's just my assessment. That's just my assessment. But there's always gonna be a woman that's gonna fuck him and get her feelings hurt and feel played after the fact and know deep down that she played herself when she even started talking to him because she could feel the insecurity on, like, women can feel the insecurity on men. Like, we can smell it. And we ignore it. And I don't understand why. I don't understand why. we should have as high standards as these niggas have. Like they have, like, do y'all know how high nigga standards tend to be? Especially for the women that they actually are in relationships with. Child, y'all need to have some of these high ass nigga standards. Anyway, Jeffrey and Mark Anthony break up. Duh. Mercedes meets Mark Anthony's brother on Zoom. Boring. She wants to be able to have a family and still go to the strip club. Don't we all? Okay, but girl, this society tells us we can't have kids, be married, and have fun, girl. We can't have it all. That's what they tell us. Andre was supposed to break up with Cynthia, but he didn't. And so now we entering into another episode with Andre having two women's and Cynthia having two men's. Okay. And like I said, y'all, I haven't even watched Real Housewives of I haven't watched Real Housewives Girls Trip yet. So y'all will probably get that in the middle of the week. Probably on Wednesday or something when I have time to actually watch that foolishness. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move on to Put a Ring on It, because that, my dear, is such a problematic show. It truly, truly is. It's such a problematic show. I'm trying to find a graphic. Hold up. There we go. Okay. So this episode, it seems as if Dunbar and Chance quit the show. Child, I swear to God, I feel like when I be right, I be right. There was so many people online looking at the clip of this nigga crying. Oh my God, when black men show this amount of vulnerability, I love it. Oh my God, more black men need to show their vulnerability. And I was just like, he's trying to manipulate you. He's trying to manipulate you. The crying is to make himself seem as if he recognizes the issue and he wants to get help. When a man cries to a woman in this way, it makes her have a heart for him. Oh, he cried to me. Y'all have heard a woman say that recently. Oh, he cried in front of me. It's a manipulation tool. Men can cry at the drop of a hat as well, especially if they've had a painful life. Just like a woman, they can reach for those painful moments and bring up the tears and bring up the all of the emotions so that you will trauma bond with them. R. Kelly did it. If y'all listen to the documentary, one of the things they said that was consistent among all the girls is that a lot of the girls had been assaulted or had fucked up family lives. And one of the things Robert was able to talk to them about was his own experiences, being assaulted, having fucked up family life, feeling alone, crying to these women. And they would feel like they had something in common. They would feel like they were seen. He would feel like he was seen. And, you know, it would just seem like this moment where we're understanding each other. And this man, he just needs someone to love him back to health. Men know that women are healers and women will try, even when they are broken, to heal a broken man. They will feel like it is their lot in life to show him an endless well of grace and patience instead of requiring that he show up fixed, all fucking ready. Okay? So when Dunbar sat there and cried, I wasn't feeling anything and I thought it was just me. And then Dr. Pete, look on her face, and you know, I've explained why I call Dr. Stacy Dr. Peach, but okay, for clarity, Dr. Stacy. Okay, she had the same look on her face. She had the same look on her face. Dunbar is crying to Dr. Peach about being scared of harming Chance. He says his stepdad beat his mom because he was tired at work and he didn't learn how to love. He learns how to fight and how to be angry. Dr. Stacy says that he's tormenting himself. I'm going to tell y'all something. If the biggest fear you have is that somebody is going to leave you, get over it. Find a way to get over it. I don't know how else to tell you. People are going to leave you. People are going to die. Life is not supposed to be forever. Connections with people aren't supposed to be forever. The feelings may be there, but you're not supposed to always have access to anybody. Get it in your fucking head. And I'm going to tell y'all, I really do feel like it's slavery that makes y'all feel like, you know, you should have that amount of control over another human being as to be able to control whether they stay in your life or not. I get it, y'all. I get it. Like, it's a painful thought to have. But you really shouldn't be walking around with the fear that the inevitable is going to happen. Because even if a person does not leave you, they may die. That usually happens at some point. If y'all stay together long enough, somebody's going to die. That's life. So having this fear control how you are in relationships is you tormenting yourself. Dunbar says he was angry because of football, and he would then come home and abuse the woman he was with at the time. He is scared to tell Chance that he needs help because he's scared that she will leave him because the last girl left. And I'm like, isn't it because you probably beat on her? Now, if I can, attachment style right there. Yes, it is. Absolute attachment style shit right there. But also, if I can remind y'all why Ike Turner and Tina Turner had the arrangement they had on the movie. Okay, on the movie. We know it was a little different in real life, but still, it came from the fact that a lot of groups and women had left Ike's abusive ass because he was abusive. So then he tells the next woman that his fear is that people are going to leave him. So what does that do to her? That makes her feel like she has to stay because she cares for him, because she loves him, because he's afforded her this lifestyle, this career. She now feels indebted to not be the way everybody else was. And so she stays against her better judgment. But he already knew what he was doing when he manipulated her from the very beginning by telling her he was scared that people were going to leave him like all them other suckers he done made famous. So to me, when he was saying all of this shit, I'm like, that sounds exactly like the shit I told Tina at the beginning when he had sex with her. At the very beginning, when they had sex for the first time, he was telling her how he was so scared that everybody was going to leave him. And she said she would never leave him. And one of the things for her was that she got left. Her mom left her. Her dad left her. And they left her to stay with her grandmother. So she understood what it was like to be abandoned as well. Boom. Trauma bond. Then you got your girl Chance over here who didn't have her mom. Boom. Trauma bond. Same thing. Okay? Same thing. That's why you have to stop being scared of losing people. That's why you have to deal with your trauma so that you don't walk around like clearly walking into abusive relationships to feed whatever weird ass, feeling you need to feel. Like Chance, the way Chance acted, like it's honestly like, that's the way a lot of abuse victims, especially like black women abuse victims, women like black women who be in abusive relationships are indignant about that shit. Like very indignant about it. You tell them they're in an abusive relationship. You tell them that the shit not healthy. You tell them that the man is controlling and acting like a daddy. This is my man, my man, my man, my man. And I'm going to stand by my man and my man, my man, my man. All right. Going upside your fucking head. You right. You right. Go ahead. Your man, your man, your man, girl. I got it. Okay? We got it. We good. But this man right now is telling the therapist he's scared that he gonna whoops upside your damn head. Because the last girl left. He needs to figure out how to communicate his need to Chance. And I'm like, no, you need to figure out how to feel the need for yourself so you stop looking to her to feel it because she can't feel it. Dr. Stacy says she sees him trying to control the narrative, and that's when I felt like she sees it, and I love it. This made me love her even more. Like, I didn't think I was going to really like her because I saw her on some panels that just seemed very, here y'all go with the thirst, I want my man, I need to be like this for my man, just whatever. It's just how bitches be, bruh. Everything is for getting a man. It's very obnoxious to me. Because I can remember being a young girl, being like 14, 15 years old, and having older young women tell me that I should be making decisions based on the future nigga that I was gonna be with. And I was just kind of like, now that I think about it, now that I'm an adult, I feel like that is the most ridiculous advice to give a 14, 15-year-old in any shape, in any form, is to think about, well, what about when you find a man? How he gonna feel about that? Girl, fuck you and this imaginary nigga in the future that I should be thinking about at 14, 15 years old when it comes to the decisions I'm making. Like, what? So, like, whenever, we do this thing, everything has to be about a man, this male centeredness, like, everything has to be about finding, having, getting, keeping a man. I get really, like, annoyed, y'all. I'm sorry. I do. Because I feel like women should have other things in their lives that they're seeking besides just companionship from some dude. Like, it's just, and even if I have it, like, I feel like that should have never been the only thing that everybody's always fucking talking about. Like, it's just weird. Anyway, so Dr. Stacy says that she sees him trying to control the narrative. I agree. I feel the same way. His tears were an effort to control the narrative. He made a vow that he's going to change for chance. Change for chance. Okay, go ahead. Chance and Dunbar are no show to the meet with the couples. Catherine and Ricky talk about his unorthodox relationship with his baby mama. Y'all, tell me what the baby mama name was in the comments, please. Ricky and Catherine would talk on the phone, go to events. Okay, so they both talk about how him and his baby mom have this very unorthodox relationship because they're friends, they co-parent. At some point, the mother was doing something in entertainment. She would go out at night, and Ricky would stay at the house, watch the kids, I guess be helpful to her. They would still do things together as a family, but Catherine said some of that shit had to stop. They seem like they're friends. I don't know why they don't want to be in a relationship with one another, but they seem as if they're friends. I don't know if they're Chelsea. Thank you. I don't know if Chelsea and Ricky's relationship, like, because I feel like on some level, I don't see anything wrong with them being friends. But on another level, I understand how that can make a woman feel away. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they not together? Did Chelsea ever say why she and Ricky aren't together anymore? Why she doesn't want to be with him? Because to me, it just seems like they have a good relationship, and I don't know if I feel like Chelsea wants him. Chelsea basically, because she ended up being his date because they went on dates with their exes. And Ricky goes on a date with Chelsea. And basically, it just kind of made me feel like it's coming off like Catherine is just insecure. And I don't know if I feel like she's just insecure or what. Like, no, she never mentioned it. Okay, they have financial issues. I need to know exactly why they divorced. He does that acting regularly. You can definitely tell. Yes. Maybe they're better off as friends. And that's what I was thinking. But I also need to understand why they can't be friends. Specific, like Catherine was like, oh, they're on the phone and they're not talking about things that co-parents talk about. Well, what were they talking about? Because if they're on the phone in front of you, it means they're not talking about anything that's about them. Like, she might be calling him like, oh, this dude I went out with, da-da-da, and talking to him. Y'all, I don't see a problem with that. Like, if you're a good friend with your co-parent, that's kind of a good thing. Y'all are always going to be family because y'all have kids together. But I feel like the issues might really still be with Catherine and Ricky and not necessarily with Chelsea. But this part, Chelsea kept saying you're opening doors now. He seemed like Ricky was immature. That was a red flag to me because it made me wonder, so would you want him if you were with him now and he's this version of himself? Would you really want to be with him? Because if opening doors and him being a fucking gentleman is all you wanted from him, maybe that y'all shouldn't have divorced and y'all could have had a conversation. I don't know. But something about it makes me feel like I'm not exactly sure what my opinion on the situation is yet. But it seems as if Catherine may just be uncomfortable with the situation because of her own insecurities and because of things that have happened to her in the past. So we'll get to that in a moment, okay? But Joya was jealous of Josh's response to his date. Y'all, I cannot stand how much people call you while you're trying to do videos. It's ridiculous. She was beautiful. She isn't interested in rushing marriage and kids. However, she wasn't as intentional as Joya. Okay. So Joshua isn't going on another date with the girl who he went on a date with, even though he was attracted to her. She was cool and all of that. She's not as intense as Joya. And I could understand that. I could see that, and I could totally understand why he made that choice. She's just kind of lackadaisical, and Joya is very intentional. Summer Salt, thank you for another super chat. I was abused by my best friend who was a male. He got close to me and was like a brother. I told him everything, not knowing he felt like I owed him because he wasted his time being there for me. Wow. Because he always wanted to fuck you. So that's crazy. Thank you so much for the super chat. But that's how they are. Like, that's why, like, I'm so weary of people, you guys, because everybody always wants something. And then as soon as somebody like me comes along and they're blunt because they know people's secret expectations, everybody's like, oh my God, why did you say that? Because I know how motherfuckers be thinking. That's why. That's why. Okay? Anyway, but thank you for that. Catherine dealt with a guy with kids before, so she might be triggered from past experiences. Right, we're going to get to that. But Joshua and Joya, I'm still waiting to see, like, what's going on there. Haven't really figured it out just yet. We know Joya wants marriage. Joshua doesn't really want to rush into things, but there is a time clock. Joya's 40. Like, what are we doing? Anyway, so now they're going on dates with an ex. Ricky goes on a date with his baby mama. BM says that they stopped sleeping over. He stopped sleeping over at her house. She's not sure what more Catherine wants. Ricky says she's gone through some things with her other boyfriends, so he wants to be sensitive to her needs. And that's one question. Like, what else is the problem? Like, because if their friendship is the problem, you might just have to deal with your own shit with that. Like, because they need to have some type of friendship because they have kids. I'm just saying. It's not a bad thing as long as it's not crossing any boundaries. But another thing is that black people don't know anything about boundaries. So, child, that's yet to be determined if that really is the issue. Dunbar and Chance say they needed time away to regroup. They went on some dates and they had other couples in their ear. I don't know what that means, but to me it sounds like Dunbar probably really did not want Chance to go on a date with an ex, and so they decided to back out of the process. That's what it sounded like to me. Joya and Joshua meet with Dr. Stacy instead of going on dates with their exes. Joshua started working on himself after his divorce, and Joya is the manifestation of the work that he did on himself. Someone else is currently raising his kid with his baby mama, and that has been very difficult for him. So Dr. Stacy gets him to be honest with the fact that he may have a fear of getting married and having another kid, because what if what happened the last time happens, And I'm just kind of like, I understand that like hurts a lot of men when they don't get to like be in the household with a kid. But I also feel like I really wish that y'all cared more about the relationships y'all have with y'all kids versus being in the house with them. Like, I really wish y'all cared more about forming the relationship instead of, oh, I'm not in the house with them every day. But see, what I think is that the moments when y'all have to actually put forth effort happen when you're not in the house with them. You can just be there and watch TV together and feel like you forming a relationship with your child. But if they're not in the house with you, then you have to actually find things for y'all to do. You have to actually take them places. You have to actually talk to them in order to form that bond. And I think a lot of people do not want to do that work. They don't even like doing that type of work in fucking relationships where they fucking somebody, let alone doing it with children who they have to change their perspective for. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like having a child is something people should be very intentional about, but they're really not. It's like, well, you fucking have children, so we're just going to be out here fucking lackadaisically and doing whatever we want to do. And if the kids come, they'll be okay. Catherine meets with Corey, her ex. I had a lot of problems with Corey. He has a lot of good things to say about Catherine. She always has your back. But he kept talking about how she was hard-headed. And I didn't like it because I was like, why do you keep talking about this girl like she was a fucking child? And it's because you were 36 years old dating a 20-year-old. And to me, when you are like physically old enough to be somebody's parent, what the fuck is going on? Like, you were really dating a 20-year-old when you were 36? Corey's married now. So the point of their date was not so she can rekindle anything. It was so she could learn something from that previous relationship. Because sometimes we leave, traumatic experiences in the past and we never go back and like break them apart to learn what needs to be learned from them. So we just repeat the same mistakes over and over again. But it's hard to look at things when they're painful. It is. But sometimes you absolutely have to, okay? But he kept saying she was hard-headed, but always willing to learn. There was a lot of his language that I didn't like. He said that Catherine would blow small things out of proportion. I didn't know even though I feel like there is an insecurity in Catherine that we're seeing, we just can't exactly pick it out, but we're seeing it. I still feel like, Corey, you were dating a 20-year-old and you were 36. I have a hard time trusting your opinion or your perspective of Catherine, because the fact that you were even in a relationship with somebody that much younger than you at that age, like she's only 20, were you expecting her to be mature in a relationship at 20 years old when you're fucking 36? Like, even you, like, your expectation for her to go along with whatever it is that you wanted her to go along with, and when she doesn't do it, now she's hard-headed but always willing to learn. Like, what the fuck does that, like, all of that language to me was very problematic. All of that conversation was very problematic. They also worked together, and that made me wonder, so what was the dynamic of the workplace that y'all were in? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just have a lot of questions. Yes, it very much seems like you were trying to groom her, and it didn't necessarily take. That's what it's giving. But Corey also went back and forth between Catherine and his baby mama. So I was like, yeah, you probably were trying to leave the baby mama so that you can go and get you a young girl that you were grooming, and the young girl would do whatever you wanted her to do, versus the baby mama who you probably had a lot of issue with. But what you find out is you can't treat everybody like shit and they're just going to go along with it because you're applying the pimp, tactics to groom them. And that's what I feel like he was doing with her. So Chance and Dunbar talked to Dr. Stacy. They have decided dating other people is not for them. And he says he's not depressed anymore. And she says, just like that, huh? You're not depressed anymore, huh? He says, as a man of God, he has to be close to God. And Chance is bringing him closer to God. And that's what Dr. Stacy has to understand. And it's just like, I don't need to understand anything. I'm very clear. Okay? Dr. Stacy says they had a breakthrough and he needed to tell Chance, but it's obvious that he doesn't trust her. And Chance said, wait, did you say that? Or is she putting words in your mouth? He said, well, I didn't say that. She was like, oh, okay, because that's what I thought. I thought she was putting words in your mouth. It's like, y'all are really aggressive with the therapist that's just trying to help y'all. Like, we so glad that y'all decided to leave the show. We don't even know why y'all came on the show. Okay? But Chance, she didn't put words in his mouth. That is what he said. He said, I don't trust that I can tell her what's going on with me and she won't leave. That's exactly what he said. So I like the fact that Dr. Stacy went right back to, he doesn't trust you. And it's not because of you. It's because of something in his past. And I feel like y'all are betraying yourselves. How am I betraying myself? No, let's talk about it. How am I betraying myself by staying with this man, okay, that I love, that I want to be there for? Girl, if you want to be with a man that is a walking red flag, that is probably going to be abusive towards you, if that's what you want, girl, please go do it. Nobody's stopping you. Nobody is stopping you. Dr. Stacy says, I am not telling you about his red flags so that you could run. I'm telling you so that y'all can acknowledge it and work on it. Approaching hard truths is the basis for the work that they do. Because essentially, if you can go out there and date people and find out like what you like in this person or what you like in that person and take that back to your partner, then if they really trying to be all of that, they can figure out a way to somehow have some of those attributes for you. If not, it is what it is. But there's a part of this that's learning what you like, because a lot of people do not date around in the way that they should before they enter in marriage. They don't. So they get in relationships that sometimes don't work because they're not compatible, but neither person knew what they wanted or what they needed in a partner from the very beginning. Okay? So I feel like this in dating other people is supposed to get you into a space of recognizing, not so that you can fall for another person, but so that you can recognize in other people the things that you like and the things that you don't like, so that you can apply that to the relationship that you're in if both people are trying to make it work. Okay? So that's the idea behind it. And when she said that, you're approaching hard truths and working through it, that's what it's supposed to be about. So they're deciding to leave means that y'all are not really going to work on anything. Dr. Stacy says they aren't going to do the work, and Chan says that they're going to do it their way. And it's like, okay, that's fine. But now y'all are engaged, and he expressed being scared of being abusive towards you. He expressed verbally abusing the woman he was in a relationship with before. He said he was mean. He said he was nasty. But what he thought was that his honesty was going to gain him some cookies or some brownie points. But to a person that's not being manipulated by tears and is actually watching and listening to what's happening in the moment, you can recognize when somebody is employing manipulation tools. And that's what he was doing. And I'm so glad that she called him out on it. I think it was like a really great example of somebody being a really good therapist when they see what's happening and can call it out in a way that is classy based. Because she really called it out in a way when she said that he was trying to control the narrative. That was the classy based way of saying, you are trying to manipulate me with your tears and it's not working. I'm not going to now feel sorry for you and ignore your red flags like Chance does. Because that's what he wanted. His tears were supposed to invoke your sympathy so that you would forget about the red flags and just feel sorry for him. It's crazy how many men want you to be with them because you feel sorry for them. It's the craziest thing. I like Dr. Peach too. Both Chance and Dunbar seem very toxic and insecure. Oh, absolutely. It makes no sense. Yep, they wanted baby steps, Dr. Cole. No, ma'am. Okay? No, ma'am. No, Pam. Couldn't stand Chance. Glad she and Dunbar left. They expected the other lady and not Dr. Stacy, who had been calling them out since the first episode. For real. I think so too. I think they expected Dr. Nicole, who goes easy on everybody and ignores toxicity in relationships a lot of the times. And I had been noticing that in past seasons, and it was really starting to aggravate me. I'm glad they left too. Him and that ugly cry, fake, 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 refusing to see any other possibilities in their issues. Child, they not ready. Dunbar threatened another YouTuber. Oh yes, no, I saw it. I saw him threaten the other YouTubers who used to be on Ready to Love, if I recall. Let me see. I thought I had saved it. Maybe I didn't. And I probably didn't save it because I don't really care. Essentially, oh yeah, he said something about putting my hands on you if I find you or some shit like that. Girl, I'm not sure. But either way, I was looking at son like, sir, try it and apply it. Okay? Try it and apply it. Okay, so we can send your ass to jail. Anyway, um she's not a real therapist. That's why people really, Dr. Nicole wasn't a real therapist. I thought she was a real therapist. I feel like the previous therapist would have protected Dunbar. Absolutely. Handed him tissue and everything. No, it wasn't Rashid and Simone. It was another Ready to Love couple that I couldn't place. But anyway, y'all, I don't have a graphic for it, but I did want to talk to y'all. Did y'all see that they did a trailer for Bell Collective? So Bell Collective is supposed to be coming back out soon. Did y'all see the trailer for it? Yeah, he threatened another couple. Said he was going to put the paws on him or something like that. Um, Let me see if I can find it. I don't think it's in here, girl. I don't think it's in here, girl. Um, Child, not Tokyo Tony's ass cheeks. Uh, Y'all, my Discord. Shout out to the Discord people. Shout out to the Discord people. Um, Let me see. I don't. It's not that important, y'all. It's really not. Um. Oh, great. Somebody just posted in the Discord that Donald Trump is now under arrest in New York City ahead of his arraignment. Oh, well, that's amazing. Today's a good day. Um, Today's a good day. But yeah, you guys, Bell Collective. Let's talk about Bell Collective because at the end of the day, child, I don't want to spend any more time talking about Chance and Dunbar because, child, toxic relationships are run of the mill at this point. Okay. Um, Girl, Latrice and her new sidekick versus Daddy. Let's talk about it. So Latrice has her assistant staying at the house because of the water crisis in Jackson, Mississippi. And I am just like, girl, first of all, you and Daddy aren't sleeping in the same bed. Daddy got his one of his grown children living on the property with the grandbabies. It's giving Latrice, go ahead and leave, girl. It's all right. Divorce him. Go ahead and be single. I feel like Latrice doesn't want children. I feel like Latrice may want marriage, but I don't think, like, I really want Latrice to free herself. I think she's encaged herself in her mind. She another one that I think would benefit from going to therapy often, so that she can unwrap some of her issues because I recognize a lot of what she's doing in her relationship. It's about feeling safe. And I think that that old ass man makes her feel safe, but she doesn't feel happy. And I would just like for her at some point to recognize that she's created safety for herself and she will be okay being alone. She will be okay. Like, I really want her to leave him. I do. And it's not because I feel like Daddy is this really bad guy or anything. It's just because the fact at the end of the day, you know that you and that girl are too different. That girl is young and wants to live a young woman's life. She wants to have her business. She wants to be a boss, and she does not want to have to be, nobody's mama and doing all of this shit that you want her to do that's going to tie her down. She wants to fly like a bird. And she should be with a man that's going to allow her to do that. I don't know why, she feels like she has to be with Cliff, but she needs to leave Cliff. They are not compatible. Cliff, why don't you, go and find you one of them good country girls that's looking for a man to take care of them and their kids and they fertile and you can, move them into another property or something like that once Latrice then got hers and left. You can get you one of these little young country girls that's not trying to do nothing else with their life. They don't mind. They'll love having them an old man to take care of them until he die and pass on his little money to them. You could find you one. They are out there in Mississippi, child. The girls need somewhere with clean water that they can bring their kids to. You just got to be okay with being a stepdaddy. But the girls will do it for you, Cliff. Latrice is not that girl. So whenever Latrice decides that she's had enough, um, she'll have a better life. But right now, she's stuck. And I'm praying for her to become unstuck. Okay, but I do think therapy will help her because I think the reason why she stays is a issue within herself that she needs to go and handle. Then on top of that, what else is going on? Letitia and Glenn. Girl, Letitia and Glenn are still doing the same thing they was doing last season. Glenn is disrespecting the fuck out Letitia on network and she keep going back to him like he's deserving of all of her energy and all, I mean, y'all know I feel like Letitia is a little bit of a born again scammer. You know what I'm saying? A born again scammer. Cause like I feel like at some point their business, tactics may not have been on the up and up, but now they are. Okay. And I do feel like Letitia is a hustler. At the end of the day, you gotta respect it. I think she's a beautiful woman. I think she can do better than Glenn. But I think she loves the dick. And again, needs to go to therapy. Like I don't know how else to say it. There are so many women that are in relationships with men simply because they have been trauma bonded to the relationship. They've been traumatized in some way. The relationship is them acting out their trauma, and instead of getting out of an unhappy cycle, they just keep circling around in the unhappy cycle over and over and over again, asking themselves, why, Lord, why? Well, it's because you are still in a relationship with a man that ain't shit. Oh, me? Is this me? Your audio and voice is very low. Is it? I can hear. Okay. I didn't realize I was low. Cause I was seeing yellow earlier, which means that I was, loud. I see they didn't bring Marie back. I don't know if they didn't bring Marie back. We only saw two of them, but maybe they didn't bring Marie back. She didn't have shit going on anyway. Letitia, just like Morgan, always complaining but keep going back to toxicity. Let me tell y'all something. When Glenn told her that, oh, you didn't started making me wear a condom like, I'm a trick and you a prostitute, I was like, so let me get this straight. In the Mississippi education system, and this is why, y'all, I'm so sorry, y'all. I have, hey, Devin, I have like some of the, child, most, I have some of the most fucked up conversations with black men sometimes because I really feel like they all collectively can sometimes be mentally retarded, especially if they live in the South, right? Something's wrong with them. Like they say shit that doesn't make sense in real life. And then they say it like it makes sense. And then they have other stupid niggas to like co-sign it. And I'm just looking at them like, is it in the water? Like, are y'all slow? Because you're cheating on her. She makes you wear protection and you call her a prostitute? She is a prostitute in this scenario because she does not want to have unprotected sex with a man that she doesn't trust. And so now she is a prostitute and you're a trick. Is that right, Glenn? Is that how that works? Yeah, that's what he said. That's what he said. I'm glad the audio working good so y'all can hear what I said. That's what he said. And I've had similar conversations with men, not this exact same topic, but just like their unwillingness to understand how their penis contributes to society's issues, the lack of responsibility in their dictum. Like, y'all are really reckless with y'all dicks out here. And there's no course correct for it. And then whenever somebody says that y'all are reckless with y'all dicks out here and that there should be some course correction, y'all lose y'all minds as if y'all can't see how y'all dick is causing issues. He was half right. He is a trick. He is a trick. He is. But it's crazy to me that he called her a prostitute in that scenario because she wants him to wear a condom because she doesn't trust him. Yikes. Yeah, it's given she got that nasty woman's disease. Like, nigga, whatever the nasty woman's disease is, some nasty nigga gave it to her first. Oh my God, y'all. But that's what's going on, girl. I'm about to go. It's almost 2:00. I'm gonna come back at 2:30 for escaping SWV. So I'll see y'all back here in a few. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure y'all come back for the next live. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, and I'll see y'all in a few. Y'all gonna come back? All right. All right, bye then.